Hey everybody. So this is Autodesk University, the second day. I am very, very behind on this. This was supposed to be released this morning, but I got pretty busy with some personal stuff and some projects, so I got a little bit behind. But I put something together, real brief on the few classes I did get to watch. So Forge Hackathon, BIM Manager community meetup. I'm not entirely sure if these are recorded, but I will look for the links and update the description below as soon as possible. Dynamo isn't magic, but these tips and tricks seem magical, and 8 years worth of Dynamo stuff. So I didn't get to really watch much Forge stuff or data things as much as I wanted to. But I will watch some, and I will put another Autodesk University. It just probably won't be during the actual Autodesk University, because today I didn't get to watch very many classes at all. So, but I will make another video kind of showing some other classes I took. So I'll talk about these real quick. So the first one was the Forge Hackathon showcase. I thought this was really, really cool. The teams of people were really cool. The things that they were creating were really cool. And what excites me is just, maybe a possibility of being able to create these things myself. I'm nowhere near as talented as these folks that were building some of these solutions, but it gives me ideas to possibly take and create on my own. So definitely check it out. Again, I'll try to see if I'm hoping it is recorded. I think it is. I'll make sure to put that in the description. But a lot of times I watch these just to get ideas, to know what's possible, so that I can try to create something on my own. And also, here are some fantastic links to some different things. So get started with Forge today. I've created a video on this site, or not on this site, but going through one of the tutorials on there. So it's definitely a really good site. I was able to create a sample Forge viewer. It's really easy to follow, and there's some other great stuff on there, so definitely check that out. Obviously, check out the Forge Autodesk site. There's a lot of good documentation on the different APIs and other information you'll find out there. And I thought this was really cool, the Accelerator. So this is a chance to do one of those kind of Forge hackathons. And I'm hoping to be able to pitch an idea to my firm and see if we can do one. But definitely check that out. I think it's an awesome opportunity. And it doesn't have to be with my firm, but if you'd like to, we could even look at doing one together, or if you want to get some ideas, reach out to me and I can help with that. And if there's Forge stuff you need help with, definitely reach out to me. I know a little bit of Forge, but I if anything, can try to connect you with somebody that can help you out, because there's a lot of different stuff in Forge. And lastly, this is just a picture of, if you go out to that site, to the Accelerator part, they do have one in December this year. I think they do them monthly. So the other one, and again, I'll try to find the recording for this. There was a BIM Manager community meetup, so there was a lot of topics. But I kind of found this one fascinating. So it's not mirroring, but it was talking about just communication, just social skills, different things like that. I thought that was a lot of fun. I think those things are necessary. Plenty of us aren't, or at least don't think about those when we're communicating with folks. About technology, or trying to present them a new technology or way of doing things, or maybe just helping them when they're very angry. So he talks about a variety of ways to handle different situations. So I thought it was a fantastic listen. And there's also some other great topics as well they discuss. I think they talk about remote learning after that, and there was a topic before that I can't remember exactly. On that topic of social skills, I thought this was a good book to recommend. I'm currently reading this. I'm about finished with it, but it's an incredible book. It's taught by Vanessa Van Edwards, and I've heard a couple of her podcasts. a couple of her talks on YouTube, and I've seen her stuff on LinkedIn, and I've heard her on the Jordan Harbinger show as well. And she's a fantastic person to follow, and I definitely recommend this book if you're interested in just communication, talking with people, communicate, just all the different things with social skills. So definitely check it out. I think it's worth the time to read it. So this class, Dynamo isn't magic, but these tips and tricks seem magical. So it was taught by Carl Storms. It was a really cool class. The link's below. I'm sure if you're on my YouTube channel, you probably have seen this class already. But if you haven't, it's super fantastic. Regardless on if you're new or very experienced, I think you'll get something out of it. So definitely check it out. It's totally focused on Dynamo. There's tons of tips, tons of cool stuff. So definitely worth the time to check that out. You'll find that link below in the description. Here's another image of just something they show. He talks a little bit about templates and the need for those. So if you want to learn more, definitely check that class out. Finally, the 8 years worth of Dynamo and Revit classes from one speaker in 60 minutes, volume 2. This was taught by Marcelo, and I can't remember his last name, and I know I'll mess it up anyways. But if you've seen him before in his other classes, this is kind of a wrap-up of all his different classes. He had a volume 1, but it wasn't called volume 1. It was just called this without the volume at the end of it, because it was his first class, and he didn't know he was going to do another one, and this is the second one. And it's pretty much just a huge pot of just everything he's done over the years. And he just talks about these little tips and tricks. They're definitely cool. There's some cool workarounds. There's a lot of stuff. It's a bit hard to retain it all because to me, what's difficult for me is if it's not necessarily practical in the moment, then it kind of slips my mind. But it's definitely something to remember, because he also gives you a download link for all his handouts, and I think that's incredibly useful because you could. I was thinking like, okay, I can't remember everything, but I could at least download the handout and then be able to, maybe if I ran into one of these very unique situations, I could do a search of his handout to possibly find that solution and then work through it from there. So I think this class is worth it. It's definitely a lot. If you're not very good with Revit or Dynamo, it might be very, very difficult to listen to. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend Carl Storms over this one, just because he doesn't dive too deep into each example, and there's a lot of stuff in it. But definitely worth checking out. And here's another image of some other stuff. So if anything, if you aren't that experienced, definitely download his handout. Maybe, it's 1,000 pages, so it might not be worth reading it because you probably won't remember it all, but you could at least use it as a reference and search it when necessary for those practical times you may need it on a project. So anyways, that's it. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this gave you some ideas on what classes to watch, and make sure to join the Discord if you haven't. It's totally free. You can download Discord for free. You can join this channel for free, and it's just a spot where people talk. The most active channel is the Forge channel inside the Discord server. We have a Forge API channel. It probably gets the most activity, but there's channels for machine learning, data science, data analytics. It's focused around BIM and data science. That's the idea for the server. So definitely check it out if you want to join it and have a conversation about data and BIM and stuff like that. So again, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll try to make another one of these and post it tomorrow, probably sometime in the afternoon after I've watched a couple classes. And then I'll probably do a wrap-up one a day later or a couple days later, just kind of talking about other classes that I may see and some other ones that I've watched. So again, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.